Good morning, all. I am Dr. Dhondiba Ishwanath, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Government First Grade College, Karapuram, Bangalore. Today I am going to discuss about 13th session of Biochemistry, which is the paper 8th, which belongs to proteins of 6th semester BSc. In this session, I am going to discuss about peptides and peptide bond, levels of organization of proteins, in which the structure of the primary structure of the proteins, second structure of the proteins, in which secondary structure of the proteins I have to discuss alpha helical structure, beta pleated structure, and triple helix structure in collagen. Then tertiary structure, in which the forces stabilizing the tertiary structure of that is a proteins. And lastly I will discuss about that is a quaternary structure of proteins. These I have to discuss one by one in this session. Now first I have to come to that is a formation of peptide bonds. What is meant by formation of peptide bonds? Here two or more amino acids undergo a condensation reaction to form a product called that is a peptide bonds. Peptides. Two or more amino acids undergo a condensation reaction, means one or two reaction. When A reaction combined with B reaction to form that is C product with liberation of small molecule, that is ammonia molecule or water molecule or any that is small molecule, that is and this reaction is called as a condensation reaction. During the two amino acids here, the small water molecule is removed and a two molecules join together, and that by using a bond called that is a peptide bond. Okay, therefore what is mean by peptide means it is a two or more amino acids undergo a condensation reaction to form that is a product called that is a peptides. And this formation of the peptides, a bond will be formed, no, that is called as a peptide bond. Therefore during the formation of peptides, amino group of one molecule of amino acid condenses with the one carboxylic acid of another molecule of amino acid. The water molecule is eliminated. Simple. Here say that is a, this is the alpha amino acid. This is the general formula I am taken. Again I have taken also another molecule of that is a alpha amino acid. It is general one. When it is a interaction between that is a carboxylic group and there is amino group, and here water molecule is liberated and it form that is a bond, and this is called as a dipeptide bond. Dipeptide bond is nothing but it contains two amino acid but one peptide bond, and that is called as a dipeptide bond. So that is a dipeptide product. That is a dipeptide. Dipeptide means two amino acid combined to form a single bond in a single molecule, or that is called as a dipeptide. And bond is nothing but it is a peptide. That is CO double bond NH. This is the amide bond, like no, that is it is called as a, due to presence of that is amino acid, it is called as a peptide bond. Now coming to that is a peptide bond. What is mean by peptide bonds or peptide bond? Simple. When two or more or n number of number of amino acids undergo a condensation reaction to form that is a product containing one or more means that is a 1 minus 1, that is n minus 1. Suppose we are taken there is a n number of, therefore one bond will be less, therefore one amino acid will be more there, therefore more than that is a one molecule, that is one bond will be less compared to that is n number of molecules, and that is contained that is a CONH. This is called as a peptide bond or peptide bonds. It contains that is more than one bonds, that is called as a peptide bonds. Then now here for example it is taken as a two molecules of the amino acids, and it undergo that is a bond that is called as a dipeptide bond. Therefore here n is nothing but 2, and 2 minus that is how many bonds will you form means n minus 1 bond. Here n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2 means 2 minus 1, therefore 1 bond will be formed. Therefore it is called as a, it contains only one bond, and it the compound is called as a dipeptide bond. That is a dipeptide molecule, and it contains one peptide bond. Now similarly suppose we take that is a three molecules, therefore two peptide bonds will be formed, that is a tripeptide compound will be formed, and here three molecules of the alpha amino acid combined. Similarly we are going to that is a n number of molecules, n number of molecules join together, therefore it will liberate, that is a n minus 1 water molecules. N minus 1 water molecule. Here 3 molecules are joined, no? Therefore 3 minus 1 number of water molecules liberated, and 3, that is a 3 minus 1 or n minus 1, that is a peptide bonds will be formed. Therefore it is called as a 2 peptide bonds are formed. Therefore it is a dipeptide bonds. It is a dipeptide bonds, and that is a tripeptide molecule. It is the total is called as a tripeptide molecules. Therefore we are saying there is a similar to, that is the n number of molecules amino acid. Here n, the n is nothing but, therefore n minus 1 number of water molecules liberated, and n number of n minus 1 number of peptide bonds will be formed, and n that is a n peptides molecules will be formed. And this is about, that is a peptide bonds. Now coming to, that is a proteins. Now what is mean by proteins? Here polymers, that is a proteins are the polymers of amino acids, and here the polymers of less than 25 amino acids or up to 25 amino acids are called as a peptides. What is mean by peptides means, simply we say that is a the amino acid in which the combined, that is a 1 to 25, up to these amino acid combined and to form, that is a peptide, and they are to form a peptide, it contains, that is a peptide bonds, and they are called as peptides, only simply called as peptides. But polymers of more than 25 amino acids are called as polypeptides. What is the difference between peptides and polypeptides? Means due to having a up to 25 amino acids, they combine together to form a chain, long chain, and it polymeric huge molecular mass will be formed, and that is called as peptides. If more than 25 amino acids combined to form a more, that is a huge, the giant molecule will be formed having a high molecular mass, that is called as a polypeptide proteins. Polypeptides, say that is simply polypeptides with high molecular mass, and it having a greater than, that is 10,000 molecular mass will be a get, that is a specific function will be a, it is act as a biological activity. Therefore these are about, that is a proteins. Now coming to, that is a levels of or structural organization of the proteins. How the molecules, how the atoms are arranged in the proteins. Proteins means in the polymer, that can be explained here. The proteins are highly complex polymers. These are the highly complex because more number of molecules join together, it will be a complex polymers will be formed, which exhibit a unique structural features. It having a unique structural feature means some molecule join together, it form a structure, and that gives, that is a, it is a unique, or that is a definite property of that structure in enable to perform, that is a specific function in the cell due to having a specific structure, and therefore it enable the specific function in the cell. The structure of the protein can be explained in 4 levels of the organization. So that is a 4 type of the structures can be explained having, that is a proteins. First one is goes to, that is a primary structure of the protein. In the primary structure of the protein, it is a basic protein. It is a structure, it is a very simplest, and it is a basic structure of, that is a protein we are studying, that is called as a primary structure of the protein. Therefore primary structure is a unique, it is a linear sequence. Means linear sequence means that is a end to end binding, that is, suppose one terminal is bound with, that is the other terminal. Therefore end to end joining will be takes place, and it is sequential. It is a long chain linear structure of, that is a amino acid will be takes place. From the amino acid here, the primary structure is the unique linear sequence of amino acids in protein from the amino terminus to the carboxylic terminus. That is amino acid, that is a H2 molecule from NH2 removed, plus that is the carboxylic acid carbon, that will be a oxygen, that is a H of NH2 molecules, and the OH of, that is carboxylic acid combined. Therefore here amino terminus and carboxylic terminus, they join together, and by removing the water, therefore amino acids are joined together to form a peptide bonds. Now here the primary structure of the protein is specified by the sequence of nucleotide bases in the gene. The gene contains that is a nucleotide, because it is a nucleotide is nothing but nitrogenous bases, pentose sugar plus phosphate molecules will be there, and there the nothing but they join together by using a one nucleotide combined with another nucleotide, a form a that is a peptide bond during the formation of long chain. Therefore, in the sequence of the nucleotide in the gene that codes for it, the primary structure therefore determines that is the properties of proteins and also specifies its secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure. Therefore, the primary structure is determined that is a basic property. It is give that is a specific properties, and it also helps to that is a construction or properties of that is a secondary, tertiary and quaternary structures. Even a single change of primary structure of a protein may cause drastic changes in a function. Small changes in the primary structure, it drastic changes in their function leads to the molecular diseases. Suppose small that is variation in the structure changes in the primary structure of the protein, the changes it leads to there is a molecular diseases. The determination of amino acid sequence of protein is very difficult task. And here Frederick Sanger elucidated the structure of complete amino acid sequence of polypeptide hormones insulin. Insulin is the that is a hormone, and he hormone, and it is basically present as that is a protein, and that structure can be elucidated here. Insulin was first protein that to be a sequenced. This the first the Frederick Sanger elucidated the first that is a protein structure in the insulin, and he had given that is a here glycine, proline, tyrosine, glycine, that is a proline. These are the sequences are there here. Here the first one is 2 amino acid, fifth, then 10th, then 15th, 20, and that is a 25. This is called as a peptide protein. Peptide protein means the sequence will be a that is a begins from that is 1 amino acid to that is 25 amino acid. Therefore, it is called as a peptide. But not we say that is a polypeptide, in which this the last it is nothing but NH2, that is a ammonium ion will be there. Ammonium, that is a it is a positively charged terminal, and here last it is nothing but usually the carboxylic acid, that is terminal. Therefore, amino acid, these are the subunits. Therefore, these are the subunits will be takes place, and this is the simple linear structure of that is a protein in insulin that given by that is a Frederick Sanger elucidated. And this is the very actually the sequence of the protein is very difficult task. This is about that is a proteins, primary structure of the protein. Now coming to that is the secondary structure of the protein. Secondary structure of the protein is a repetitive arrangement in space. Repetitive arrangement of the sequence, that is protein in space. Spatial means that is actually it is a three-dimensional like or no. Therefore, repetitive arrangement of the protein in space of amino acid that close to folded. Actually, this is the sequence. No, the protein sequence will be arranged in the arranged in space, and it is a folded manner, that is folded to one another in the primary sequence. It refers to the arrangement of the polypeptide backbones there rather than the side chains. Okay, the polypeptide bond. Now, polypeptide bonds means the protein having a structure will be get that is a more than 25 amino acids. A structure which having a got for the protein having a more than 25 amino acid, they are called as a it is get that is a secondary structure. Up to 25 means it get that is a primary structure, but 25 more than 25 amino acids participate in the formation of the polymer, and they are used that is a secondary structure. And here in the secondary structure, that backbone will be a sequence will be a that is a arranged by arranged, and that is sides. Therefore, arranged, that is backbone will be arranged. The most common type of the secondary structure of the are nothing but two types here. The secondary structure will be actually three types. One is called as a subtypes, alpha helix and beta pleated seed. Beta pleated seed, or it is also called as a beta seed. And third one is nothing but triple helix. Triple helix. Therefore, alpha helix, beta pleated, or it is also called as a beta seed. And third one is triple helix. The structure of many fibrous proteins are made up of almost of the entire, that is the secondary structure of the pattern. Therefore, fibrous protein, these the secondary structures usually occur in the those proteins which having a fibrous, that is a thread-like structures. Thread-like structure that having a protein, they are exhibit or they contain, that is a secondary structure pattern. Now, first one is nothing but alpha helix structure. It is a rigid rod-like spiral structure, spring-like structure. That is the alpha helix is nothing but it is a rigid rod-like spiral structure, or that is a spring-like structure. The helix is stabilized by this helix. No, this is the nothing but it is a right-handed. It is a helix structure is stabilized by the hydrogen bonds between NH of the each amino acid and the carboxylic group of, that is a amino acid. The 4 units away, that is 4 units away on the same chain. Therefore, here up to that is a 4, that is a, after that is a 4 units of the amino acid, they can be double bond will be, that is a hydrogen bond will be formed. In the alpha helix, the polypeptide backbone is tightly coiled. This will be coiled to form a core, while the R ring of, that is a component of amino acid extend outward from the helix. This minimizes the steric interference between them. Though hydrogen bonds are individually weak, so many of them are formed in the alpha helix that are collectively strengthen is considerably. Now, therefore, this is the structure here. It is a right-handed, just like a, it is a folding. It is a just there is a alpha helical structure here. After every 4 amino acid residue, a double, that is a hydrogen bond will form. Hydrogen bond should be a form between, what is that? NH, that is the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond present at, that is a hydrogen present in the nitrogen atom, that will be bind with, that is a carboxylic acid carbon. Therefore, the oxygen atom present at, that is a carbonyl oxygen, and their bond will be formed. Even though it is a weak bond, but they are collectively called as a strengthened. It will be a strong. So many hydrogen bonds are there, and collectively these hydrogen bonds is converted into strong bond. And there is a alkyl groups will be a, that is a outside of, there is a away outside, that is surface, because the inner, because the R group will be inside the helix, then it gives, that is a steric attraction, or steric force will be observed. Due to that is a steric hindrance will takes place. To avoid that one, that molecule, the R group will be present at the surface in the alpha helix. Here the helix has 3.6 amino acid per turn. It has a diameter, that is a diameter 3.6 acid per turn. And the right-handed, it should be a start from, that is a right, that is a bends towards the right. This is the this line, right to left. Then this line, that is a will be start. That is from, it is a bends towards first right side, then comes right. This like structure will be formed. Right-handed, that is quite twisted in clockwise direction. Twisted, it is actually twisted one over the other. It will be formed. Thus, the amino acids 3 to 4 residue apart brought specifically close to each other. Therefore, when there is a twisting, no, they are come here. These are comes close to each other. These are while bending, no, these molecules are comes to the close to each other, and these are the this portion. These are the away from each other. These amino acid residue away from the each other. This is the major group, and this is called as a minor group, which can be, say, you already learned in DNA structure, no? That is a double helical structure of that is DNA. Like that, no? Here the major group and minor group will be formed. In minor group, the alpha amino acids residue will be close to each other, but in major group, the alpha amino acids, they are atoms are away from each other, and every 8 residue, that is 4 amino acid residue, a hydrogen bond will be formed between NH and that is the CO bond. Now here alpha helical structure were proposed by the uh, Linus Pauling and Robert Corey from their studies on the fibrous protein. They are taken, these are the second helical, that is alpha helical structure, or secondary structure of that is a protein, which are usually in the fibrous proteins. The alpha keratin consists of almost entirely of alpha helix, that is the alpha keratin. It is found in the hair of the human beings that contain, that is the alpha helix, and also found in a globular proteins. Globular proteins, that is nothing but hemoglobin. Hemoglobin contains, that is a globular or circular or spherical structure or circle structure, and that having a alpha, also it is a alpha helical structure, where it is a content varies from, that is a 0 to that is a more than 75% of the total chain length. Example, in hemoglobin, which is a globular and flexible proteins, there is about, that is a 80% of alpha helical contents. Therefore, alpha helical that is a structure will be vary. It having a 0 to 75% of the total chain. Usually in fibrous protein and that is globular proteins, it contains 75% of that is structure is nothing but alpha helic structures, and in hemoglobin, that is around 80% of the helical structure. Now come to, that is a beta sheet or beta pleated sheet of, that is a secondary structure of the protein. This was proposed by the Pauling and Corey, and it is based on the fibrion. Fibrion of a silk. Fibrion is nothing but like a, it is a silk-like structure or thread-like structure, long that is a thread-like structure. It is fibroin. Okay, composed of almost of entirely, that is a beta sheeted, beta sheet structure. In the beta sheet, the polypeptide backbone, because it is more than 25 amino acid present in the structure of secondary structure, and that will be backbone. This is the like a this is the backbone, and the groups, the R group and oxygen group and hydrogen groups, they will be a left and right side will be there. This is the like a this is almost all, and extend, that is it is this backbone will be extend, and it is bend, that is like a make it is a over that is a bend. The structure is stabilized by, this structure will be stabilized between, that is a by due to the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond will be formed between, that is a hydrogen of N and the oxygen atom of, that is a carboxyl group adjacent to the polypeptide chain, lying inside, lying the inside. Here these are the outer, this is the bend like structure, this is the twisted, and therefore it is folded one over other, that is just same chain is folded, and here inside, that is bonds will be there, no? Therefore hydrogen and oxygen bond will be formed inside, and outside there is no bond will be formed. Therefore this is the line in side by side, that is the structure will be formed. These hydrogen bonds are formed between the different parts of the same polypeptide chain. The folded back to itself. Back to itself means same but folded. It is just like a hook-like structure will be formed. And hook-like structure means it is just like a, it is rope-like or U-turn structure will be there. And due to that is U-turn, the some of the amino acids will be close to the groups will be amino acid group will be hydrogen and oxygen will be come closer, and a hydrogen bond will be formed, and others are outside. Therefore, two separate polypeptide molecules interchain will be a hydrogen bond. If the polypeptide chain in run in a same direction, the reference to the N terminal and C terminal ends. If it is suppose it is runs together, it is not folding. folded, it is a long chain. Therefore, one is a N terminal, another one is C terminal, because one end, that is ammonium ion, that is the amine group will be there, and another terminal, that is the carbon, that is carboxylic acid carbon will be there. Therefore, C is the ends and here N is the terminal. A parallel beta acetate form, that is parallel beta acetate. Suppose here it will be there if two chains run opposite direction. If the two chain, the one chain will be a extend state, means one is that is one terminal having a N and another terminal having a C term. If the same, that is a chain, that is two chains are parallelly formed, then one is N to C start, then N to C will down. Therefore, here the two, that is should be anti-parallel, that is N to C, then it will be a C to N, this line. Therefore, both group will be comes at, that is a near to, that is one is C terminal, another one is N terminal, and bottom also C terminal and N terminal. This like structure will be formed. The hydrogen bonding between, that is a polypeptide chain, gives rise to the repetitive zigzag pattern. Zigzag pattern, this like zigzag pattern will be a form. Beta seated are often referred to a beta pleated or beta sheets, like the alpha helix. They are also contains, that is a globular proteins, but much more common fibrous proteins like a silk or fibrion, or web like, that is spider web like structure there, no, that will be contained, that is a beta sleated form. Now next, third, that is a type of the secondary structure is nothing but triple helix structure. It contains, that is a collagen. Collagen is a water insoluble fibrous protein. Water insoluble fibrous protein of great strength. It having a pure, that is a leather. This leather, that is almost a leather, no, it is contained, that is a pure collagen, means that is a it is pure leather in nothing but pure collagen will be there. Each of these three chain of, that is a collagen, is about, that is a 100 amino acids residue long, means it is more than, it is about 100 amino acid residue will be formed in triple helical structures. These chains are helicals, that is alpha helical like, that is a this like structure folded right handed structure, this is will be there. This is the twisted, means the triple time, that is a twisted, this like structure, and to form a rope like structure called, that is a protocollagen, and the structure will be a form here. There are three will be there in this black one rope will be, that is a one alpha helix will be there, and another will be a, that is a this color, this is another, and third one is nothing but this line. Therefore, these are the like a tube like structure, that is a three thread like, it is a helical structure joined together, and this is about, that is a alpha, and that is a triple helical structures, and this is the gives, that is about, that is a secondary structure of, that is a protein. Now come to, that is a tertiary structure of the protein. Now tertiary structure of the protein is a overall three-dimensional arrangement or spatial three-dimension. Therefore, here this is having a spatial arrangement. All molecules should be present and arranged in three dimension. Therefore, suppose we are rotating that protein or that molecule, we can see all the parts of that protein. Or suppose we are keep the protein at stationary at one position, we can also, the observer should be can that is a round, that is a turn around the protein, and that can be absorb all, that is parts of the protein. Therefore, the such arrangement is called as a three dimension. Therefore, the tertiary structure of the protein is overall three-dimensional arrangement of the cell. It is a result due to the folding of polypeptides. Polypeptides more than 25 amino acids, they join together, that can be folded. That is how it make, that is folding. U like turn, U tube like, that is a U turn, or whatever maybe, no, it is folding. And compact to a nearly spherical. It should be actually, it is a U turn, means it is like a beta seated structure will be takes place, but in tertiary structure they can be compact, that is like a spherical. They are folding this like and it get there is a spherical structure or circular structure of there is a protein will be get. Therefore, the tertiary structure said to be a occur only a globular proteins, because globular means like a circular structure, a spherical structure. All that is the protein molecules or polypeptides are folded one over the other, and it gives that is a spherical structure or circular structure, and these are usually occur in that is a globular proteins. In water soluble proteins, the main forces driving holding the polypeptide chain with the hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophobic in water soluble protein, the main force driving why it is a water soluble protein means due to having a hydrophobic interaction due to the amino acids with non-polar sides get buried inside the folded structure in the hydrophobic interior of the protein. Therefore, here say the that is the polar form of that is amino acid, they can be on the surface, um, and hydrophobic also on the surface, and other that it will be a remains inside the spherical means it is a round, no. Therefore, the hydrophobic is nothing but R group, it is a non-polar end, and a polar end means nothing but it is a towards that is a that amino acid, that is like a ammonium ion, and that is a N terminal and C terminals that will be a, both are kept on that is a surface, on the surface, and therefore they became say water soluble. Therefore, on the other hand, we most of the hydrophobic amino acids with polar side chains remains on the surface. Therefore, we say that all that is hydrophobic, and these are the uh, on the surface, and the inner that is inner portion of the amino acid that will be present at the inner side, and that outside is on the surface is nothing but non-polar end, that is nothing but hydrophobic amino acid terminal, and N terminal and C terminal, these are the nothing but polar terminals, they are on the surface. Now coming to that is what are the forces stabilizes the tertiary structure of the proteins. Because of it is a folding, that is a rotation, folded one over the other, and it got that is a circular shape, and that circular shape or structure that can be responsible to stability of following factors. The following forces will be responsible to stable that structure. First one is goes that is a hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophobic means that is water heterogen, or that is a non-polar end, like that is R group. Okay, these are between hydrophobic R groups. These are the interaction between hydrophobic, because the hydrophobic non-polar it is a attract with each other. Therefore, we say that is a benzene is soluble in toluene because they are non-polar to each other. Polar solvent love to that is a polar solvent, that is a polar, and non-polar that is a polar means suppose we say acetone, alcohol, they can be soluble or water soluble. Polar react with polar, non-polar react with non-polar, like that. No, we say that is a here these are occur between there is hydrophobic R groups which are repelled by the water. Usually the hydrophobic molecules they are not reacted with water because water is a polar solvent and polar molecule, and hydrophobic R group is nothing but it is a non-polar end. Non-polar end react with non-polar end only. Okay, therefore so that the associate between that is the interior globular proteins where they are sealed from the water. Therefore, these molecules, the R groups interaction will be there. Therefore, the water cannot be attracted by these groups. Therefore, they cannot be allow water inside the that is a globular form. Therefore, the interaction between that is a hydrophobic. That is between that is the R groups will be takes place, and that is called as a hydrophobic interaction. Second one is electrostatic or ionic interaction. These are occurs. These electrostatics means the attraction between the two ions. One is positive, another one is negative. Here usually therefore we will get that is a these are occur between positively charged R groups. of basic amino acid and the negatively charged group of that is acidic amino acids. Therefore, here acidic amino acid and basic amino acid. Basic amino acid possesses the basic, that's a positive charge on that amino acid, and acidic amino acid having a, it is a negative charge on this, and therefore the interaction will be takes place, that is called as a, due to these interaction the positive and negative charge interaction will be there, they can be bind together, and therefore the tertiary structure will be stable. And third one is nothing but hydrogen bond. These are occurred between, that is R groups of amino acid brought closer together by the folding polypeptide chain. Hydrogen bonds may be formed also with water and surface of the protein. On the surface, no, it will be a, that is a carbonyl group will be there. Again, that is a and carbonyl group, and that is NH group will be there. Therefore, hydrogen bond will be formed on the surface. Whereas again, due to the presence of the water, that water attract by, that is hydrogen bond, and hydrogen water in between, that is protein, the a hydrogen bond will be formed. And next, fourth one is covalent bonds. That is, it is also called as a disulfide bonds. Covalent bond usually here formed in the disulfide bonds. The folding of the polypeptide chain may be bring amino acid R group interact. Here the folding, due to having a folding, the structure will be compact, means due to having a the R group interaction, the forming a strong covalent bonds. Commonly, that is a thio group. Thio group, that is a methyl thio group. It is present in the cysteine. It contains that is a disulfide bond will be formed. That is a SS bond will be formed because cysteine contains, that is a thio group, and thio group, that is a S, and another S group will be formed, and therefore usually this is the this type of the bond will be formed in particularly the thio group present in the protein, that is nothing but cysteine. These are the, here I have seen, I have explained here, these are the folding structure like this, folded one over the other. Therefore, here the NH2 group is ionic bond will be formed here, NH3 plus, and this is the carbonic acid carbon, because it is a acidic amino acid, and this is the basic amino acid. The interaction between acidic amino acid and basic amino acid, the card, that is a bond will be formed, that is called as a amino bond. And in cysteine, no, the thio group will be there here, the SH group, and this is the SS group. The disulfide bridge will be formed, or disulfide bond will be formed. This S group and this S group, that is the S group of one that is strained, it is come close to the other, then will be a form a double bond. Another one is hydrogen bond will be formed between, that is a here water molecule will, this is the CH bond, HOH, and this is the hydrogen bond will be formed between. This will be also possible between the NH and, that is a CO bond. CO bond, this is the carbonyl group, and there is a OH group. Here it formed, there is a bond, and this is called as a hydrogen bond. Hydrophobic molecules, where there is methyl group, suppose R group is the methyl group, another methyl group, therefore interaction will be there. Here they are close to each other, and the bond will be formed, there is interaction, weak van der Waals force. The hydrophobic bond, it is responsible for, there is a van der Waals forces. Van der Waals interaction will be there. That is molecule interaction will be takes place, and therefore it gives, that is a bonding. These are the four type of the bonds responsible to stability of the structure of tertiary structure of the protein. Tertiary structure of the protein, and this is nothing but just it is a backbone of polypeptide, I have said. Now last coming to that is the quaternary structure of proteins. Many proteins consist of two or more different polypeptide chains. Usually, the polypeptide chain, more, that is a proteins having a more than two different chains. They are joined together, and with the help of, that is a chains called, that is subunits. Many proteins consist of, here quaternary structure of the protein, it involves, that is it more than two subunits. More than two subunits are joined together. Two or more, that is a subunit or chains are combined together to form, that is a structure. Therefore many proteins consist of two or more different polypeptide chains. These are called as the subunits. And in protein, the subunits may be identical or different. It may be identical, same structure will be, subunit will be same will be there, or different will be there. One is cysteine, another one is alanine will be there, or only alanine, another one alanine will be combined with there, or one is tryptophan, another tryptophan will be there, and there will be a takes place here. They will be a chain or nothing, but it is similar or different. They are usually held together by a non-covalent interaction. Non-covalent interaction will be a covalent bond will not be there, but it is having a force. The field will be there and the interaction will be there. Therefore, quaternary structure is arrangement of the subunit chains of oligometric proteins with respect to each other. Therefore, this will be say that is a more than subunits. Few subunits are joined together and to form a three-dimensional structure that is called as a quaternary structure. Therefore, quaternary structure of protein, it gives that is a arrangement of the subunit chains of oligometric proteins with respect to each other. If an oligometric protein is denatured means suppose the biological activity will be lost of that protein, means suddenly the quaternary structure also it is affected. It will be a changes due to quaternary structure of the protein will be a changes. It becomes a denatured. In addition to the secondary and tertiary, it will be also takes place that is secondary and tertiary structure will be distorted or that is denatured or it damaged. Then ultimately it gives that is also a the quaternary structure will be completely damaged, and due to that it is say that is a denatured protein. In hemoglobin there are 4 subunits are there. For example, I explaining that is hemoglobin. Here in hemoglobin there are 4 subunits are there. Each of them heme prosthetic, that is a heme prosthetic group. Prosthetic group is a non, that is a protein part will be there. There are 4 non-protein parts group will be there. 2 of these subunits are one type. The out of 4 that is the subunits in hemoglobin, 2 units are they are called as alpha chains. The 2 subunits are called as alpha chains, which having a 141 amino acid residues long. Therefore, the 2 subunits in hemoglobin called that is alpha chains, which having a 141 amino acid residue longs, and other 2 subunits of other amino acids, other type called that is beta chains. There are 2 types of the chains are there in the quaternary ammonium the quaternary structure of the protein. One is alpha chain, another one is beta chain. There are actually 4 subunits are there. Out of 4 subunits, 2 subunits are belong to that is the alpha chains, and 2 are remaining 2 are belong to that is the beta chains, which are that is having beta chains consist of that is a 146 amino acid long, whereas alpha chain having a 141 amino acids long. Now, thus the subunit structure of hemoglobin is written as a that is alpha to beta 2. Alpha to beta 2 means there are 2 chains having a 2 alpha chains are there and 2 beta chains are there. Therefore, total that is a 4 subunits of that is hemoglobin. The arrangement of these 4 subunit chains with respect to each other called that is a quaternary structure of hemoglobin. Therefore, we say that the arrangement of all 4 subunit with respect to each other that is called as a quaternary structure of that is hemoglobin. In quaternary structure enables to work properly. It will be a work properly. The binding of the oxygen to one unit increases the affinity of the other subunit of oxygen. Therefore, binding of the oxygen of one unit combined with that is affinity to the bind with that is the other oxygen. And this is about that is a quaternary ammonium quaternary structure of that is a protein. Now, so far I have discussed in the levels of that is a levels of the organization of proteins. Protein structure. First, I have discussed that is a polypeptide bonds. What is mean by polypeptide bonds? Then comes to that is a proteins. After that is a explanation of the proteins. Then coming to that is a structure of the proteins. There are the 4 levels of the structure, or 4 types of the structure will be explained. One is primary structure, and second, that is second is secondary structure, in which I have explained there is 3 substructures. That is alpha helical helix structure, then beta pleated structure, and third one is that is a triple helix collision structure. These belongs to that is a secondary structure of the protein. And then the tertiary structure of that is a protein I have also explained, in which how it is a tertiary structure will be stabilized by using some forces. That is the hydrogen bond will be there, hydrophobic structure, then that is a interaction will be there. Therefore, there is a covalent interaction will be there, ionic interaction will be there. There are 4 bonds will be explained to stability of that is a tertiary structure of the protein. And lastly, I have also explained there is a quaternary structure of that is protein, in which I have taken that is a hemoglobin as a whole structure, in which that is hemoglobin 4 subunits are there. The long chain, that is a 4 subunits, and out of 4 subunits, 2 subunits are belong to that is the alpha chains, and another one is beta chains. And alpha chains having a 141 amino acid residue, whereas beta chain 146 amino acid residues. And these are the structure, and this completes that is this session. If I have explained detail, if you have any doubt, please put in the comment box. While I am preparing next video, then that query I will be clarify. Thank you.